Babadook is directed by Jennifer Kent, her first film, and definitely a successful one, starring Essie Davis and Noah Wiseman. And thank God this film exists. I've been looking for one like this for flipping ages. Pretty much, Essie Davis plays a single mother who's just suffering from a massive loss, and now she's taking care of Samuel all by herself because of that loss. Even though the film is set years after that loss, it's very obvious that it had an extremely large effect on her and is still affecting her to that day. And then to help her with that grief, a flipping demon comes in the house and haunts them and ruins her life. Yay! Pretty much the Babadook monster. What it is it is a character from a children's book that can only get in your house if you let it in. Now that is creepy. The mother reads the book to Samuel, the son, as just a simple bedtime story. So Amelia, the mother, reads the Babadook book to Samuel, the son, just as a normal bedtime story. And that is when Samuel gets absolutely obsessed with the fact that the Babadook is actually in the house. Samuel never keeps quiet about the Babadook. He is scarably obsessed with the idea that the Babadook is actually there. Which means he's bringing handmade weapons into school with him, which is getting him into a lot of trouble and gets him time off school. Pretty much just suspensions. Unlucky. And because of this and all of the grief of the loss and how he doesn't stop screaming, doesn't stop talking about the Babadook, saying really quite scary things for an only 6-year-old to say, Amelia starts going a little bit insane. And that's quite an understatement. And while the rest of the film are just hauntings from the Babadook, I'm not going to give away what happens because this is the spoiler-free section of the review, so you're safe in here. Ups, the acting, definitely. Essie Davis deserves an Oscar for her acting in this one. Alright, creepy factor of this film. This film will give you a scare unless if you're just heartless and isn't scared of anything, I guess. Now this is an up and a down at the same time because it never fully reveals the monster. The monster is always hidden away in some place. You never get the full, decision of it. Decision? But anyway, what I was trying to say is that you never really get to fully see the Babadook himself. Always hidden away in certain places, you never get the full form of it. Which is good because it makes you more and more scared because you don't know what this thing is. However, it's also a down at the same time because films that do this, films that never really conceive, show you what the actual monster is, I think there should be one scene where you at least see the monster fully, or you get a chance of seeing it. Just if you never see it, it's a bit disappointing. Also, they get the settings completely right. They wanted a depressing place. Everything must be depressing. This needs to be depressing. The house is depressing. The school is depressing. The lighting is depressing. The outside is depressing. Even the costumes are depressing. They live next to an old woman who has got a disease. That is quite depressing because she's such a sweet old lady, and we all know that she doesn't have too long to live. Also, let me just give a clap. Jennifer Kent, it's her first film. We have found a bright star. This woman can become the best horror director that pretty much this generation is going to see. Carries on with films like this. They'll get some of the people who have left horror films to come back to them with these type of films because they are quite good. Also, this is a slow moving film. I do not know if that's going to be an up or a down to you, but I completely don't mind if a film's fast moving or slow moving. I'm just going to tell you and recommend you it. You know. Anyway, I'm going to get into the spoilers now. But I do recommend this film to people who want a good scare, who want to be flipping checking their closets at night. So go watch it if you haven't already, and you'll be able to find out my initial rating for the film. And, well, decide for yourself, because you've seen it. Okay, the spoilers of this film. The ending, I definitely like it, because the amount of theories that we can make out of this, it's just going to give us something to do when we're bored out of our minds. Now the worms, pretty much everyone has a different opinion on what they think the worms are for. I personally think the worms are just, just to keep him alive really, just let him eat it. That's probably the most simple and unimaginative theory of all time. Sure, go on, make like a 3-page long theory on what the worms are actually for. Sure, go ahead, do that. I've just got that simple theory. The final sequence of the film, when Amelia chases Samuel around, that is quite chilling and quite terrifying at the same time. But I mean, come on, out of everything you could kill off, everything that the Babadook said he would do, she kills the dog. The dog is dead. The dog, the one thing that brought us happiness, is dead. Also, I love the fact how Amelia, as she's getting more and more insane, obviously getting more and more insane, she starts taking the pose of the Babadook. Like, she's got her arms down and her hands and fingers out like that. Start to feel sympathy for Samuel. Because at the start of the film you're like, oh my god, Amelia just murdered this boy with those weapons he makes. But by the end of the film you start feeling sympathy for him. And Jennifer Kent did that in a really good way. I love the noise that the Babadook monster makes. The noise, the little croaky ba dook dook dook, that kind of noise. That is chilling, especially in the car crash when you're just casually going and then you hear that noise. Oh my goodness gracious. Of the whole part where the husband comes back as the Babadook, I don't like that. It's a bit cliched in my opinion. Just don't like it really. Improve on that, Jennifer. Well, personally, I think the Babadook delivered what it was trying to deliver. That's why I think the film deserves an 8.8 out of 10. I like this film. It scared me. I enjoyed it. It'll scare you. And go give it a watch. Anyway, good day to you.